just through coming, like, I don't know when it happened, but it happened, you know, and I rarely feel anxious now. And I just feel so much more confident, and yeah, it's really made a big difference in my life.
Physical activity has been identified as a key public health priority to improve mental health and to prevent, chronic diseases. However, what we know is that physical activity is not accessible for everyone. There are certain groups and populations that are excluded from programming and different types of interventions. Women suffer from twice the rate of depression compared to male counterparts. And when we look further into issues such as gender-based violence, we know globally that 1 in 3 females will experience gender-based violence in their lifetime. So when we think about access to physical activity, we know that it's not equal for everybody. In a lot of Equity-O communities, there's major barriers: the cost of programming, transportation to and from programming, and often things that we're not thinking about is childcare for programming, and the different sort of essentials that people need to take part in physical activity. So when we take a trauma and violence-informed approach, we're really taking an equity-oriented approach to program delivery. Thinking about the individuals that are attending our programming, what their lived experience may be, and delivering programming in a way that works for them. For our research, we partnered and launched with 3 Equity-O communities in Canada. We have the Banff Ledbury community in Ottawa, we have St. Mary's Home in Vanier, and we have Crabtree Corner, which is in the downtown east side of Vancouver.
Last year at this time of the year, I was depressed. I was going through postpartum depression. I was alone, I was with a baby, I had heartbroken, single mom for the first time. When I started Moms in Motion, we started by going to the parks. I loved that. It relieved me. I started becoming interested. And I loved the boxing and the dancing, and now the yoga.
Maman en mouvement, c'est différent parce que là, on est réunis tout ensemble, les mamans qui viennent d'accoucher, ceux qui sont enceintes. Avant de faire l'activité, on dit un peu ce que nous, on ressent, ce qu'on veut faire. Comme l'autre fois, on avait de mal au dos et on a fait de physique par rapport à notre situation.
It was all our ideas. It was all about us. It was what we wanted, it was what we needed, and it was what we felt would make it accessible to us. It broke down those barriers that we all face every day. And I think that's essentially what made the program work, was that it was all about us, and we had a say in what we wanted to do, and we had a say in what made it easy, and that's what made it work.
A depressed mom will lead to a depressed child. And then if we can have our own space to breathe and be ourselves, that would help in our daily lives. It's like you start fresh.
Barriers to participating in physical activity are numerous, especially for women and women who are parenting, and especially in this community, the downtown east side. A lot of the places that do offer physical activity programming are like by membership where you need to pay, or there's not childcare available. And also just there's a lot of like fear of accessing new spaces.
We're all practicing together. So we're all enjoying dance together or yoga together. We get input from the community. What would you like to do? What would you like to see more of? So it engages a conversation with them, and they feel that they have each other and a sense of autonomy in their practice and togetherness. It's offering them an accessible, sort of invitational environment to be together in. They feel safe. They're in an environment which is always the same. There are no big changes. They know what they're coming into. There's childcare provided, and it's very accessible to any self-identifying woman.
Knowing I had a place to go, that I was accepted, judgment-free, and no matter how crappy I looked, nobody commented on it. And no matter how badly I was dancing or how bad I was doing in whatever fitness activity we were doing, nobody commented. They were just like, "You're doing so good, keep going." So yeah, that was always having like a positive place to go weekly is really nice.
I think that the way that this program is structured is it's the informal nature of it, of just coming together, having a set time to meet every week, knowing that people are going to be there when you show up, engaging in physical activity with other moms, other people that are dealing with similar circumstances in their life, helped create a sense of community within the group.
So we had over 250 individuals take part in our programming. And of those, we had 168 people take part in the research. It was optional to take part in the research component of this work. We wanted to ensure people, really had a choice to participate or not. Across sites, participants ranged from 17 to 79 years old, and we had a diversity of cultural and educational backgrounds. But one of the things we found was that there were a lot of challenges with mental health, particularly related to anxiety and depression.
So when we're talking about physical activity, it doesn't need to be a huge amount of activity for us to reap the benefits. So you can do as little as 10 to 15-minute bouts of activity have shown to have meaningful changes in mental health outcomes. And it's often where we see the greatest benefit is when we get people who are doing no activity whatsoever to doing something.
So when we asked participants about the impact of the program, 95% reported improved quality of life and mental health.
My mental health changing has also changed my quality of life. It feels like I'm living in the same place, doing similar things, and yet I feel like my quality of life is so much better.
We've been really fortunate to receive funding from Public Health Agency of Canada and other organizations to do this work. So we've been able to test and refine our intervention, but we really struggle when funding cycles end. This often leads to communities not being able to continue programming due to a lack of financial resources, which either leads to, pauses in programming or, worst case scenario, cancellations. I think the key to our programming is the consistency and knowing that they can show up each week and have that support and move in a way that feels good for them, but know that they have a community of people around them.
Going and feeling like I can do this, all of a sudden I can move. I used to feel like I couldn't move, because I was in pain, and it was so hard.
I've struggled a lot in my life. I've come from, being a young mom at 15 years old. I've gone through addiction. There've been parts of my life where I felt like I had nobody and nothing. And having programs like this changes that feeling. These are things that are deeply ingrained in me. And the Healthy Hustle, it provides such a safe, open-minded, healthy place to be that I can't imagine my life without it.
So there is another thing we called an old thing, the good mind, the good brain mind is in the good body. So if you move your body, that means your mental health is good. Is it important to continue? Yes. With us, as I said, it's the only program for moms, and we feel humans. We recharge our bodies from we disconnect from the outside and recharge ourselves so we can continue the fight for ourselves, for our families, for the moving on, for the next week.